You're listening to Distraction Therapy. Conversations and sound walks at a time of change. With me, Rob Watson.
My name is Kajal Nisha Patel. I am born and bred in Leicester. I've lived here pretty much all my life. I studied away in Sheffield, did a product design degree actually, and I have a background, quite a varied background actually in work. I've done all kinds of jobs. I guess my interest in the environment started at an organisation called Environ. At the time, it was called Environ, and I was in charge of green burials actually, and I used to organise basically eco funerals, which meant that people would be buried in a wooden coffin and they would be buried in a very natural habitat, a woodland, a green area, and they would have a tree planted on top of them when they died. So that's really where my interest in the environment started. But since then, I've done a variety of jobs. I was interested in art and photography, so it became a vehicle for me to start telling stories. So I basically went to India in 2005. It was a family trip, and I just found a love for photography, basically. I started to document all the changes that I was seeing around me, because the time that I'd been back to India before that was a very, very long time before that. I think I'd had a gap of around 13, 14 years. So I was really quite shocked at how quickly everything had changed. It was a completely different place. My memories of being in India was being in the natural environment, playing with the goats and all the natural habitat, I guess. We used to walk for miles to get water, and there were some really precious memories there. But this time around, everybody was just watching television. So I started to document that, and then I started to share those images with people on a public photography forum. And through that, I realised that this was a really important place for me to speak about my feelings. And so I basically was a professional photographer for about 16 years. And then I think for a variety of reasons, I started to experiment with yoga, mostly because I think I was having mental health issues, and a lot of personal circumstances led me to maybe start looking inwards a little bit more. And so I qualified as a yoga instructor in 2017 and have been teaching pretty much ever since. So now I'm trying to merge all those things together. We are sat on Granby Street. We are sitting on Granby Street. It's quite a nice area of town, I'd say. It's right near the train station. I remember it being quite different when I was younger. There used to be an underpass just in front of me, but I guess I'd say it's undergone quite a lot of regeneration over the last few years, which is nice to see. There's quite a few decent restaurants here, some nice coffee shops, the usual Greg's, a little bit of roadworks going on, but not as much as the rest of town. I think it's quite a nice area that we sat in. I can hear the traffic on the main road, on London Road. There's a little bit of traffic coming through behind me as well. We've just missed let's say the celebrations. There was a load of cars about 5 minutes ago beeping their horns because it's Eid, of course. So that was quite nice to see. I'm not usually in town on Eid, so I didn't realise that all happens. I've seen these similar celebrations on the Indian Independence Day. So yeah, it's quite nice to see. Mindfulness is, for me, just about being in the moment. We usually spend our time either worrying about things that have happened in the past, which we can't obviously change, or worrying about the future, which obviously we have no control over. Mindfulness, for me, is really about just bringing yourself back. I'll just wait for this truck to pass. So mindfulness for me is really about bringing yourself back to the present moment, to your body and your breath. In yoga, we say, we want to really try and get out of the head and into the body. So most of the time we are in our heads, we're thinking and thinking and thinking, but when we bring ourselves back to the body and just thinking about the sensations that are happening in our bodies, it can bring us a lot of contentedness. think, as you can hear, there's lots of noise going on all the time, so it's just not always necessary to find a really quiet space. Sometimes actually we just have to work with what we have and where we are, and if we're waiting for the perfect moment and the perfect situation, it's never really going to happen. And I think for those of us who are new to it, of course, it's a real challenge, and we feel like we need to be completely still, or, you know, those images come to mind of the internet of people sitting really, you know, it's very tranquil, and actually it's not usually like that. Even people who have been practicing for years, decades, they still have days and moments where they just can't get to that sweet spot, you know. So there are lots of different techniques that we use, and you can have techniques where you use visualizations, where you can meditate on an object, or you can do beads or crystals or things where you're holding something physical, where you can really bring your attention to that thing. We have something called mudras, which is different hand gestures. So the hands relate to different energies. There's 5 predominant energies, which are earth, fire, water, air and ether. So the different mudras in your hands, you hold them in different ways. You can hold them either up or down to either stimulate those particular energies or to decrease those energies. So those different energies are present in the different fingers. So, you know, we teach those things sometimes. But the most common one that I use is the breath. Because again, in our current kind of modern lifestyles, a lot of us are not really breathing properly. When I did my yoga course, you know, I remember our teacher telling us, oh, this is how, you know, we're breathing all wrong. And I'm like, God, you know, can I just do one thing right, you know? But yeah, so we're breathing very shallow a lot of the times. We're breathing from the chest. And what we try to, you know, teach people is how the importance of breathing deeply from the belly and from the abdomen. And that in itself really brings about a state of what we call homeostasis, where we suddenly start to feel very relaxed. Even if we could do it now, we can just do 3 gentle breaths where we just close the eyes, wherever you, I mean, obviously, if it's safe to do so. We just sit quietly. You can place your hands on your knees, or you can just place your hands together at your heart center. You can either put your hand on your heart and one on your belly, whatever's most comfortable. Open the shoulders, relax, open the shoulders, open the chest, trying to keep the spine really, really straight. Gently close your eyes, not too tight, nice relaxed breathing. And on the inhale, count in your head just 3, 2, 1, and slowly exhale 3, 2, and 1. And again, slow deep inhalation from the nose. 3, 2, 1, and exhale 3, 2, 1, and last breath. Slow deep inhale all the way into the belly. 3, 2, 1, and last exhale, slow and deep. 3, 2, 1. Keep your eyes closed just for the next 3 to 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly and gently bring your awareness back to the space. And hopefully you should be feeling a little bit more zen.
You say the hill's too steep to climb. Just place and I'll choose the time, and I'll climb that hill in my own way. Just wait a while for the right day, and as I rise above the tree line and the clouds, I look down, hear the sound of the things you said today.
money, relationships. Money and relationships, I would say, are the main ones. Work. Not really feeling like we're enough. I think that's a big one in our modern capitalist society. Constantly questioning whether or not we are doing everything that we're supposed to be doing. You know, always feeling like we're underachieving, even though most of us are doing way too much. So when you combine those things with the fact that most of us are probably not earning enough money, and that leads to conflict in relationships often, all of those things combined, yeah. We are organising a 9-week course on wellbeing. It's called Ways to Wellbeing, and it runs during May, middle of May, the 14th, all the way up until Sunday the 13th. We're having a little break because there's a Riverside Festival is running at the end of May, so we just wanted to give a bit of space for people to, you know, enjoy that if they wanted to. So during these sessions, we wanted to take people through a little bit of a journey through really what we call the gross body to the subtle body, the gross body to the subtle body. So we're starting off with yoga, and then we're moving on to mental health issues, and we're working with very different practitioners for this as well. So we're working with Leicester Coffee for the mental health session. We're also working with a practitioner who is going to teach us about gut health for physical and mental health. And again, as I said, a lot of us are getting sick because we're not eating the right foods. So she's going to be guiding us through that. We have a session on reflexology for deep sleep. We have a practitioner, one of my teachers from India actually. She's going to be teaching us about something called pranayama, which is breath control. And again, how to, you know, lift yourself up through the breath, or sometimes if we're feeling anxiety, we're breathing too quickly, how breath can be used in many, many different ways to either bring yourself up or calm yourself down. She's based in India, so I'm really excited to actually be bringing her in for this. And again, this is one of the beauties of working remotely. We can do that. So the last session in May is with somebody called Samantha Woods, and she runs a project called Seed of the Forest. So the title of that is Thriving in Challenging Times Through Nature Connection. In June, we're moving more into the community. So the May sessions are really around the personal well-being, whereas the June sessions are more now moving outwards and the importance of community for well-being. And so the first session to kick us off is with Durga Ramji, who is the founder of Mindful, one of the co-founders or the founders of Mindful Warriors, and a project called Flow Finder. So she's going to be helping us to find time and give us strategies to increase productivity and to achieve goals as well. Saturday the 12th is with our co-director, Marie Lefebvre, Dr. Marie, and she runs various different things. She works at the Leicester Quetzal, and she also is part of Leicester Fixers as well. So she's going to be co-presenting that session with Charlotte Booth, who founded a wonderful project called Waste Not Our Leicestershire and the Community Cupboard Leicestershire as well. So they're going to be talking about community repair and reuse, and to create space and make connections through repair and reuse. And the last session is going to be a collaborative one where we're going to be networking and reflecting. And the idea of this session is to build better communities by sharing and discussing new ideas. So really trying to bring the whole project together and discussing ways in which people can bring their skills in, because we're really keen to work with as many people as possible and to cross-fertilise. thing I think we want people to take away from this is to find ways to cultivate intrinsic happiness. I think one thing perhaps that we've all started to realise through this pandemic is how we have been looking externally for extrinsic happiness. And these are two very different things, this new thing is going to make me really happy, and really we know it doesn't. And real true happiness comes from looking within and finding those special things within ourselves that really make us feel a deep sense of joy, and contentedness and connection as well. We have to find ourselves before we can find anybody else. So we're really trying to bring that idea home, but also, I guess in a way, it's slightly political as well. All of the sessions around that we're trying to, all the practitioners that we've brought together, we're really trying to bring home this message that well-being doesn't have to cost anything. And so all of these sessions are really hoping to bring us closer to ourselves, to each other, to nature, and away from these really destructive kind of spending habits. And really finding our true sort of strength, our uniqueness as well. I mean, when we first started planning the project, we always had this idea of we want to work with this practitioner and that practitioner, but actually there were so many different ways that this project could have gone. And, we'll just wait for this lovely man to pass on his scooter. He's keeping the city clean. So, I've lost my trail now. So yeah, the last session is really about, we want people to, if they don't have those ideas already, we want people to understand and start to realise what their own personal strengths are, and how can we support them to cultivate those strengths so that they can actually start to cultivate those things, for themselves, but also then feed them back into the community. So there's this kind of dialogue that's happening between ourselves and the community. It's kind of like a bit of a tennis match, I suppose. So yeah, we can cultivate our own selves as much as possible. Ultimately, there's going to come a point where we want to share that out into the community. So we're really trying to build a space for both of those things to happen.
Said you felt so happy you could die. I told myself that you were right for me, but felt so lonely in your company. But that was love, and it's an ache I still remember. Resignation to the end, always the end. So when we found that we could not make sense, well, you said that we would still be friends. But I'll admit that I was glad it was over.
Didn't
Clearly, we are in a very multicultural city with lots of different religions and cultural backgrounds, and I think what we didn't set out to do this, but there isn't really any kind of religious undertone to what we're doing. We've got practitioners from all different parts of the world, and we're really trying to make this a very modern project in a way. You know, how do we actually respond to the needs of our community today beyond kind of any labels that we are often subscribing to? So it's supposed to be a really accessible way for people to access health and well-being and to contribute even in a way that they feel is very culturally or religiously specific. Some of the practitioners are, devout in their religions, and they do teach practices that are very specific to those religions, but somehow we've managed to bring these practitioners together to teach things which relate to the daily lives of everybody. Taken sort of almost like a 5-tiered approach to this, which is mental, physical, emotional, social, and environmental. And through actually we put 5 or 6 spiritual as well. So when we talk about spirituality, I think it's more holistic. It goes beyond any particular religion, and I think that's a really beautiful way for us to look at it, how spirituality, real spirituality, allows us to connect very deeply with our environment, with nature, and how there has to be a very intrinsic connection to what we eat, and really respecting all sentient life. So I don't think anyone from any religion can really argue with that, but really the rounded kind of course, it allows people to access this idea of spirituality or mental or physical, emotional and social health from different perspectives. So again, there are kind of different facets to all of the sessions, I would say. Some of them are really trying to address people's immediate needs of anxiety and stress and maybe the trauma that they're experiencing. And then some of them offer more, perhaps, long-term solutions where a sense of community can really help people to feel a sense of a sense of place and support as well. How can people access activities and communities and people where they can actually really deeply start to understand the meaning of society and the meaning of having support, because not all of us are fortunate to have the support from our families. So it's really important to bring those communities together so people can access them.
I've got a feeling deep inside, oh yeah, oh yeah. I've got a feeling I can't hide, no, no. Oh no, no, no. Yeah, yeah. I've got a feeling. Oh, please believe me, I hate to miss the train. Oh yeah. Late again. No, no. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, yeah. I've got a feeling, yeah. I got a feeling. All these years I've been wandering around. I don't know what you told me. All I got me looking for was somebody who looks like you. Feeling that keeps me on my toes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've got a feeling I think that everybody knows. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Everybody had a wet dream. Everybody saw the sunshine. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Everybody had a good year. Everybody let the hair down. Everybody pulled the socks up. Everybody put the foot down. Oh yeah. Everybody had a hard year. Everybody had a good time. Oh yeah. Everybody had a wet dream. Oh yeah. Everybody saw the sunshine. Everybody had a good year. Everybody had the hair down. Oh no. Everybody pulled the socks up. Oh no. Everybody put the foot down. Oh yeah. I've got a feeling. I got a feeling. Oh yeah. I got a feeling. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So, where do I start? I think being from BAME background and having an interest in the arts, I think many people will tell you that that's not really the preferred choice. So I think it's always been an uphill struggle for me, not having gone down the conventional route. So having made such life choices, you know, to try and to really go against the grain, to, you know, push back and do something that I felt was real to me, and feeling that pushback from my own family a lot of the time, and having to find that support in my community, find people who really understood what I was trying to do. When I said I went to India in 2005, so that support network that I mentioned, the online support network, I was really, really lucky to have stumbled upon a wonderful gentleman called Kev Ryan, who sadly passed away last year. And he really gave me the support that I needed. He was also using that photography forum. He was a photographer himself. And he basically acknowledged something in my photography, and he offered to support a photography exhibition. So he basically offered to pay for the images that I'd printed in India to be shipped back to the UK, and he basically hosted and funded my first exhibition in Loughborough Town Hall. So at that time I had no idea what photography was, what the art sector was all about, and so I think for me that really affirmed the importance of community. And, you know, here he was, this a perfect stranger who had given me this huge kind of leg up, you know. So like I said, it was sadly he passed away last year, but we do have his daughter, Charlotte Booth, and she is running the session on Saturday the 12th on community repair and reuse. We've just actually passed his 1 year death anniversary as well, so, you know, I think this is quite an emotional time for a lot of us, because anybody who knew Kev Ryan could see that he was such a big pillar in our community. So, you know, I think, you know, I can't help but think back to people like him and think, how do we nurture more people like that can become, you know, a support mechanism for people who really, really need it. It's completely surreal. It's like we're living in a parallel universe at the moment, and I just feel like we can create the future that we want to, and it's really in our hands. We have to envisage the future that we want for ourselves and each other. And if we don't have big dreams and we don't have this big vision, then what? We can't just keep living the way that we do. It's just not sustainable. It's not practical. It's certainly not bringing us any joy. It's bad for our health. It's a lose-lose situation. So we have to really step up and do the work. But it's all part of it. It's that kind of, you know, in a way, it's that symbolic gesture of breathing. you inhale. So in yoga there's three parts. So it's not just inhaling and exhaling, it's also retaining the breath as well. So you retain the breath internally and you retain the breath externally as well. So in a way, what we're kind of doing is that in life there's this kind of motion that we're having where we breathe in internally, so that's that internal dialogue and work, and then we retain, think for a bit, and then we exhale, and then the work that goes on the outside. So there's this kind of symbiotic relationship which is constantly happening. So yeah, sometimes it means standing still and think. I saw a really good quote the other day. I'm sure that everyone's full of them, but it was something around, this is not the year to do, this is the year to learn, or something like this. So it is really about just stopping and saying, let's take stock of where we are and what we're doing.
But often we're apart. Absence makes the heart lose weight, yeah. Till love breaks down, love breaks down.
what we're hoping to get out of it is I think just to have as many people sign up and join us as possible. Again, people don't have to sign up to all of the sessions. They can sign up to as many or as few as they want. They can just simply register through the website. So the website is lightseekers.uk. I'll just wait for this van to pass. So light as in a light bulb, and seekers, lightseekers.uk, and that will take you straight to the Eventbrite page where you can book one or as many sessions as you want. We're going to be using the same link every single week, so you can just register for one session if you like. And that's it. That's basically all you have to do. And there's also a listing of all the sessions as well. Or you can contact either myself or Marie as well. Our details are listed on the Eventbrite page as well.
Nightclubbing, where what's happening? Nightclubbing, where a nice machine. We see people, brand new people. There's something to see. Where nightclubbing, bright white clubbing. Oh, where's the Nick Wild? Nightclubbing, we're walking through town. Nightclubbing, we walk like a ghost. We learn dances, brand new dances, like the nuclear bomb. Well, nightclubbing, bright white clubbing. Oh, where's the Nick Wild?
You've been listening to Distraction Therapy with me, Rob Watson. Find out more at robwatsonmedia.net or follow me on Instagram and Twitter at RobWMedia.